Scene opens in a dimly lit lounge, cigar smoke curling through the air. A grand chandelier flickers above, casting golden light over the luxurious interior. Seated at the head of the long table, Master Imbor leans back in his chair, fingers steepled. His red eyes gleam as he surveys the room. A Persian lounges beside him, tail flicking lazily. Master Imbor, Persian, a name that drips with elegance, a creature wrapped in silk and shadow alike. You look at it, and what do you see? Grace. Poise. A pretty little house cat, right? But you ain't looking hard enough. Persian ain't just another pet. It's a silent ruler, the kind of beast that owns the streets without making a sound. Back in the day, this feline was seen as a status symbol. In Kanto, only the rich and powerful carried them around like golden trophies. They say if you were somebody, you had a Persian at your side. And if you were nobody, well, a Persian at your enemy's side could make sure you stayed that way. See, this ain't just a Pokemon, it's a lesson in power. Soft fur, smooth moves. But behind the charm, cold, calculated precision, a Persian doesn't fight because it has to. It fights because it already knows it's won. The claws come out when the job's already done. Now, let's talk about its distant cousin, the Alolan Persian. Round face, smug expression, a whole different flavor of aristocracy. While Kanto's Persian is a silent killer, the Alolan kind walks around like it's royalty, knowing no one would dare cross it. Back in Alola, they say these Pokemon ruled alongside the noble houses. If a Persian sat in your home, it meant you had wealth, influence, and protection. But see, Persian ain't just some relic of the past. Even now, in the underground, this cat still runs the game. Ever notice how the biggest players in the criminal world carry one? They know the truth. Persian doesn't just live in luxury, it thrives in control. The kingpin of Kanto's underworld had a Persian by his side. The top enforcers in Johto all paid their respects to one. And let's not forget the poisonous beauty sisters in Kalos. Word is, Madame Persian herself keeps one closer than family. What makes Persian special? It's not brute strength like a Macamp, not the raw intimidation of a hunchcrow. No, Persian wins with intelligence, subtlety. It strikes in silence and vanishes before you even know the fight's over. It knows how to command without words, how to bend others to its will without raising a single claw. And if you don't respect that, well, Persian might just remind you why the quiet ones are the most dangerous. The camera zooms in on Persian, its piercing blue eyes glowing in the low light. A smirk tugs at Master Imbor's lips as he reaches out, scratching beneath its chin. The screen fades to black. Scene opens in a dimly lit lounge, filled with the scent of fine cigars and aged bourbon. Master Imbor sits at the head of a grand mahogany table, his slick black suit pristine, his red eyes gleaming under the chandelier's glow. He leans forward, hands folded, a calculating smile forming as he begins his tale. Power, respect, and legacy, those are the pillars of true dominance. And there ain't no Pokemon that embodies all three better than Houndoom. Listen close, 'cause what I'm about to tell you ain't just a history lesson. It's the truth, buried deep in the ashes of the past. A flick of his wrist, and a Houndoom silently pads into the room, its molten breath sending a ripple of heat through the air. The flames on its back flicker like living embers, their glow reflecting in Master Imbor's ever-watchful gaze. The myth and fear of the hellhound centuries ago. People spoke in hushed whispers about hellhounds, great beasts with charred fur and flaming eyes, dragging lost souls into the abyss. Houndoom, my dear friends, is the living embodiment of those legends. You hear its howl in the dead of night, and it ain't just a sound, it's a promise of doom. Back in the old days, soldiers feared these beasts, thinking their fire was a curse from the underworld itself. A low, guttural growl rumbles from the Houndoom at his side, as if echoing the weight of his words. Fire ain't just destruction, it's power, it's rebirth. Houndoom's flames don't just burn, they scar the soul. Ever heard the phrase scorched for eternity? That's Houndoom's doing. Those who get burned by it never forget the pain. That ain't just science. That's fear woven into history. The pack mentality, loyalty or control. Houndoom ain't some lone wolf. It thrives in a pack. They move together, hunt together, and if you ain't careful, they'll tear apart anything that dares step into their domain. There's a lesson in that. Power ain't just about brute force, it's about unity. About understanding the battlefield. A well-organized pack of Houndooms is more dangerous than a single reckless beast. Master Imbo pauses, swirling a glass of whiskey in his hand, his eyes dark and knowing. You see, in my world, the underbelly of Paul Deer and Kalos, having the right pack means everything. You let one member get out of line, the whole operation crumbles. Houndoom, like any good boss, enforces order with an iron fang. Loyalty ain't given. It's earned through fire and discipline. Ties to the ancient world. You think Houndoom just popped up one day, huh? Think again. Ancient warriors used them in battle, branding their foes with their eternal fire. Old scripts from Kalos tell tales of warlords who unleashed Houndooms on the battlefield. Their enemies fleeing before the infernal hounds could lay waste to their ranks. Some say even the Xolotl culture had their own stories of fire-branded canines, protectors of the forgotten ways. He leans back, a flicker of amusement playing on his lips. History's funny like that. What was once feared becomes a symbol of strength. Just like me, just like this empire I've built. Power ain't just about what you take. It's about what you make others believe. And when the flames of Houndoom rise, you best believe something's about to burn. Master Imbo finishes his drink, setting the glass down with a soft clink. His Houndoom lets out a slow, smouldering breath, its fangs glinting in the low light. So tell me, after hearing this, do you see Houndoom as a monster, or as a king? Maybe the real question is, can you handle the fire, or are you just another soul waiting to be burned?